Hi, welcome. We are on week 27 of our 52-week Emergency Preparedness Challenge. And today we're going to be adding one of my favorite things. So watch to the end to see what that is. Welcome back. For those of you that are subscribers, thanks for subscribing. If you're new, welcome. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. This is Vicki with the 411, and we're here working on a 52-week Emergency Preparedness Challenge, and we are on week 27. It's never too late to start. Pick up where you can and start building to be prepared today. So week 27, our food for this week is 1 case each of canned meat, canned vegetables, and some beans. So you can choose beans like this that you can put in some type of heavy plastic tubs. You can buy them in bulk at like Walmart or something and store them in jars or in the nice thick plastic storage bottles. Um, our vegetables, you can go with anything from the grocery store, find your favorite store, pick up the favorite ones that you like, check your expiration dates, or you can go with the long-term 25-year shelf life stuff for a long term. Your meats can be canned chicken, it can be tuna, any kind of potted meats, anything like that. Again, check your expiration dates, and there's the option of going for the long-term storage as well there. Um, with our household items for this week, it says to do a 3-month supply of personal hygiene products, both male and female. So I've gone with deodorant. My husband and I took a little run to Walmart this week and stocked up on some deodorants, shaving cream, aqua velva, women's personal hygiene stuff, things that you want to have on hand in case our emergency could be that the truckers aren't gonna, going on strike or something. Remember earlier this year or last year when we had the ports that were threatened to be closed? That affects a lot of things. You might have money to buy it, but if it's not out there to buy it, you're going to be so grateful that you have it um, in your storage to get to it. So that could be just a minor emergency hiccup that we can get through just by being a little prepared there. In our 72-hour survival kits, it says to verify the stuff that we have in there. Now, it's hot here in July where I live. I don't know how the temperature is where you live, but if you have sweatpants and a sweatshirt in your backpack for your clothes, you might want to think about changing that up to something a little lighter weight for the summer and pull that back in the fall when we start going into cooler and cold weather. So check your clothes, check your food, make sure the things that you have for your 3-day supply is not already expired, because it's a short-term shelf life food items generally. So check for that, and check your medications and your prescription drugs that you have in there. Make sure those are up to date and that it's still the same measurement of product that you need for your health. So do a quick checkup on things that need to be updated regularly in your emergency backpack. For our money, we are adding $27 to our money this week. And again, I am so, if you are keeping up with it like I am struggling and trying very hard to keep up with, congratulations. This is going to be a big boost for you by the end of the year to see how much money you've saved up for emergencies. I was just talking to somebody the other day that says, that they have had some little emergencies since the weather up in the mountains had gotten so bad, and they've gone through most of their savings. So it's nice to have a little cush savings in your backpack. For our family prep, it says to talk with your family about the importance of having your 72-hour survival kit or your 72-hour bug out bag. A lot of people ask me why I do this, and people ask me, do you think you're ever going to use what's in that bag? Do why are you spending so much time and effort on this bag? And I'm like, well, when I, go on a long trip, I want to throw that bag in the back of my car. A road trip. I want to be able to um, get something out of it. If I have something in there in my first aid kit that's not in my bathroom pantry, I can run out there and get it out of that, because I just want to be prepared, and I want you to be prepared, because don't worry about some of the big things if you're prepared for it. So, talk with your family the importance of this backpack and why we're doing it, and that it's for their safety, their peace of mind, as well as mine as a parent. I don't want to frighten my children about emergencies and about what we might have to live out of this bag for a few days. That's why we try to make it as comfortable as we possibly can. That's why we had the games put in there a couple of weeks ago, something to occupy our minds. That's why we put books in there, just something to help us take our mind up out of whatever emergency it is that we're using this backpack. So just kind of share that with your family so they're not so frightened so much about what you're doing with their book bags, or their backpacks. And then the water for this week, we have a buy this week. It is another opportunity to get caught up. If you're about ready to purchase a barrel, go ahead and get it. Get it and get it filled up. Um, I'll share the link. I did a video last year on water storage. I will share that link with you because it tells how much chlorine to put in per how much water. So I'll share those in the comment in the description today, so that you can refer to that. I'm also going to share the link to everything that goes in the 72-hour survival kit in case you missed it that week. It'll give you a good idea to, if you see something, I must have missed that week, something that you can go back in and update on that. So that's it for this week. But here is my favorite thing for this week. So I have shown this before as we were doing things. This is a solar panel. Not heavy at all, folds up. It's very convenient. It fits right in the very back pocket of my bug out bag. It's got clips on it so I can actually clip it to the top of the straps, and it's on the back of my backpack if we're walking and I need it. But there's times where we live that we're just without power. Whatever storm blows through and we're without power, I can sit out on the swing in my backyard and set this out on the table and plug my phone into the USB port. I can plug another little battery charger in there and get it charged up. It is just so easy and so convenient that I know I will be able to at least keep my electronics up to date and charged up and everything. And I will put a link to a few of these that's on Amazon. I haven't been able to find the same exact one that I have, but I love it. This gives me a little bit of security, knowing that I still have power when I know that that's the biggest thing we face where I live is power outages quite often. So that's my favorite thing for this week. And um, stay getting caught up. And again, this is Vicki with the 411. Subscribe if you haven't done, and we will see you next week. Bye.